What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well. I hope you are all staying safe. So the breaking news that we got on Sky Sports this morning regarding my club, Newcastle United. Apparently, Amanda Staveley, she runs the PCP Partners, are in advanced talks with Mike Ashley to try and get a deal concluded to buy Newcastle United. Now, Amanda Staveley has teamed up with the Saudi Public Investment Group, which is PIF, to try and match the offer that Mike Ashley is putting Newcastle up for sale for, which is £350 million. And they're going to try and get a deal concluded very, very soon. Now, the way I look at this news at this moment in time is I'm very sceptical. And what I mean by that is, again, I don't want to be drawn into excitement. I don't want to get too high about the whole situation. I'm here just to talk about what I've seen in the last few hours. And I don't want to get my hopes up because we've been along this road before, of a potential takeover. Mike Ashley, he's been here for 13 years. He's owned the football club for over a decade now, and he's got a very toxic relationship with us, the fans. He doesn't really have the club's interests at heart, and we know that he's been looking to sell the club in the past. He's had it on the market for a long time now, and if there is a right time to sell Newcastle United, then it has to be now. And what I mean by now is the club theoretically should be sold this summer if we're still in the Premier League. I mean, at this moment in time, we're a couple of wins away from being safe. That's most likely going to happen, and we're going to be a Premier League club next season. Amanda Staveley, in the past, she tried to get a deal done for Newcastle United in 2017, and she failed. And I don't want to build my hopes up this time round. We had the talk last summer of the Bin Zayed group trying to buy Newcastle United. Pretty much all of us got our hopes up, only to no avail last summer, and we all thought that Rafa Benitez was going to stay. We all thought that he was going to get backed, and then Rafa Benitez walked away. We were still looking for a manager at the time. There was still the talk of the Bin Zayed group buying Newcastle. There was talks of trying to get Rafa Benitez to come back if we were to be in a new ownership situation. Unfortunately, that didn't come about. Steve Bruce got the job, and we're back to square one of going back down, the Premier League. Now, the thing is with Mike Ashley, we know that he's not the right man for Newcastle United. We know that he hasn't got the money. He's come out in the past and said that he can't compete, with the top six. He can't compete, to try and get the club into Europe. So if that's the case, and I've said this before, why don't you just sell up? Sell up for the sake of the city. Sell up for the sake of the fans. We want an owner who has a connection with the supporters. And if you have a good connection with the supporters, that can only take the club in the right direction. Now, for the current squad, I'm not saying that the current squad is awful, but I know that we could do better with a better owner. It should be pushing towards the top seven. A club of our size, a club of our stature, of what we could achieve with a better owner, it's all there to see. I mean, for me, we've got the most loyalist fans in England, if not in the world. We will travel home and away to watch the Toon. If that be on a Tuesday night, we'll be there. And under Mike Ashley, he doesn't understand what a good fan base he's got, and he's really taken that for granted. He's just used us, the fans, for more money to make himself look good. And not only that, he's made a clown of himself. When he tried to keep his shops open a few weeks ago, and he got told by the Prime Minister not to do so. And this is what we've had to put up with for 13 years. We've had 2 relegations. Some of our better players being sold. The stadiums all over the place. It could do with a bit of, TLC. We want to see a fresh owner come in who's going to put a bit of money into the club, who's going to share the fans' interests, which is to try and get us into the next level, getting us back into the rightful top 7 spots, back into Europa League, possibly Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to get Champions League, but realistically, Europa League. And the thing is, with Amanda Staveley and the Saudi Arabia Investment Group, a public investment group, have they got the funds to take Newcastle to the next level? That remains to be seen. There's been loads of leaked documents, as you can see on screen, about a potential takeover. Take those with a pinch of salt. There's been loads of tweets coming from, journalists and stuff. But the thing is, with Sky Sports, we've been down this road before. Just when you trust Sky Sports that a takeover could happen, when they announced it last summer, you think, do you know what? Maybe now Mike Ashley will sell up. But now that they've released another statement this morning, I don't know if I want to believe it or not. I don't even know if I want to believe it or not, because the thing is, I don't want to be left disappointed or with egg on my face. Like every Newcastle fan, I don't like Mike Ashley. I absolutely despise the man. I've said it on record on this channel. I hope you're watching, Mike Ashley. I absolutely despise you. You're no good for this football club. You know, I want to see the club compete. I really do. I want to see fresh investment. And I want to see us not be the laughingstock anymore, because, listen, as a fan base for us, we deserve a lot better than what we've received in the last 13 years. You know, we're a one-club city. We absolutely love the football club. And when everything ticks, all goes well. But in the last 13 years, I think a lot of Newcastle fans watching right now will know that there's been a lot of disconnection between, you know, the fans and the club alike. Fans have been toxic against each other because some are for Ashley, some are against Ashley. And with all these takeover rumours and stuff, it really is tiring. It's annoying. And for me, if Sky Sports and all these other journalists are leaking out things that aren't true, for me, then they need to be punished, because us, the fans, should not be suffering this anymore. It's not fair. If Mike Ashley is true and wants to keep the club on, then he needs to come out and say something. But if he is going to sell the club, then I think for now he needs to come out and say something, because at least the fans deserve is the truth. You know, if we're going to put the investment in every summer and buy the season tickets, buy the merchandise, buy the food, then at least come out and tell the fans what you want for the summer. Are you going to keep investing in the football club, or are you going to sell the club to the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Group? Or is it all a load of lies? Because I absolutely have no idea what the club want to do, you know, going forward. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't like this whole idea of, you know, let's just stay in the Premier League, let's just try and get as far as we can in the cups. No, I don't. You know, I want to see my club, Newcastle United, compete with the very best. I want to see Newcastle United, you know, competing in the Champions League, the Europa League one day. I want to see Newcastle United lift a domestic cup. You know, I'm currently 26-year-old. I shouldn't really give my age out. But I question myself whether I'm ever going to see Newcastle United lift a trophy in my lifetime while this fat toad is still at Newcastle United. Because for me, if he's true to his word now, he needs to sell up. Because the longer he's at this football club, we're not winning anything. We're simply not winning anything. And I don't want to get too excited about the FA Cup either. I really don't. I can't see much happening under Mike Ashley. I really don't. Unless we have fresh investment. And these new investors, if they're going to come in, they need to be true to their word. And you got to think about it as well. If these are to come in and buy the football club, if you want to make our football club competitive and you want to get a squad that's competitive for European football, we're going to have to spend at least 150 to 200 million just to get the squad to where it should be, to compete at the right end of the league. There's a lot of surgery that needs to be done on this squad. And if it is to happen, is Steve Bruce the one who's going to be backed? Or is it going to be a different manager? You know, I'm sick of hearing about it. Like, it really does annoy us, and I don't like talking about it, but I feel like if it's on Sky Sports, I have to say something. I have to give my opinion. You know, I want to see the club up. I want to see the club progress. Under Mike Ashley, we're not going to progress. We're just going to continue to stagnate. And, you know, it's a case of now, what next? How long are we going to wait? Personally speaking, I can't see the club being bought right now, but if it is to be bought, it has to be in the summer. This summer coming. And if it is going to happen this summer, it would make more sense, because then it gives the club more time to have those negotiations between Mike Ashley and Amanda Staveley and the Saudi Arabia, you know, investment group. You know, there's going to have to be talks, and there's going to have to be the right documents sent across. And in the summer, you've got a longer time. Of course, with the current pandemic, we don't know when the season's going to recommence again, and we don't know when it's going to end, and we don't know when the new season's going to start. There's so much up in the air at the minute, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself and say, oh yeah, we're going to get bought, we're going to get this, we're going to get that. You know, I'm very sceptical, because like I say, we've been down this road before. But if there is a correct time to sell Newcastle United, for me, I say it's now, this year, this summer coming. If it happens now, this month or next month, brilliant. But it has to happen in the summer. Because if not, then for me, I'm going to grow tired of these takeover talks, and I don't feel like I really want to mention them. I don't really want to talk about the takeover talks, because it just makes you look stupid at the end of the day. But whether I've made myself look stupid in this video, that remains to be seen. But I just want Mike Ashley to do the right thing and sell the football club and get all those negative people off the board as well, like the likes of, you know, Lee Charnley, etc. You know, we need people who are footballing people who, you know, are going to take the club to that next level. And let me know down below in the comments, you know, what you think about all of this situation regarding the takeover. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's all a smokescreen? Or do you think that there's really nothing in it? Let me know down below in the comments. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm on the verge of 2,600 subs, so if you could do that, that would be amazing. Also, don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful. And like I say, follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram. All links will be down below in the description. And until the next one, I'll see you all later. Cheerio.